when the entire world gathers in Rio to watch the games.
You're competing again this year. I know. I hear.
Yeah. I've heard that a few times, but it's clearly that these guys need glasses to see me and my fat self.
Oh, come on.
And old.
You look. How fast do you think you can run the 100 now today?
It's probably take me about half hour, man.
Yeah.
I'm very certain that you'd give me a good run right now.
Oh yeah, not me at all. As long as I could hop in one of my vehicles, I think I'd be okay. In the time that this music's going, our next guest had a gold medal. Okay. Donovan Bailey joins us again. Nice to see you, friend. How are you?
Another day, man. I mean, what can we do today? Look outside, and here you are. You got me stuck in here, but.
I'm sorry. Air conditioning's nice.
No, this is awesome, and listen, it's good people, man. It's great to hang out with good people.
I appreciate it, man. It has been a very nice summer. Have you had a good summer so far?
Well, I've been traveling a lot. I haven't really spent a lot of time in Toronto, but the days that I've spent here, it's always been really gorgeous.
What you been up to?
Well, I just came back from Japan. I was filming a commercial there for the Japanese Tourist Board and also Tokyo 2020. So I was there, and I was in Brazil doing a site visit a little while ago. I was in Jamaica. I was in Europe. I mean, so yeah. And other than that, nothing.
And yet you make time for us. That's amazing. I would, that's unbelievable. So Donovan, how is? Because everyone wants to know, and we might as well get right into it. How is that site check, and how are things looking in Brazil and Rio for the Olympics that are upcoming?
Well, you know what? I think that everything's going to be great. I'd like to always stick to the positive. I think that all the athletes that are training, that are going, that look at this as an opportunity, they're going to go down there. They're going to have a good time. So it's like any other Olympic venue ever. Everything is not finished. I'm thinking that it'll be done by Friday, but you know what? I want to stick to the positives of it. I mean, I think that there's always going to be negative news coming out of any place that's holding such a huge gathering of sports people or the elite of sports people. So, but I think it's going to be fine, man. The track's going to be fine. Swimming pool's going to be fine. I don't know about those guys.
The triathlon and stuff, right?
I mean, there's definitely some things that needed to be cleaned up when we were there about 2 months ago. But now I think that the Brazilians, they're very much like the Caribbean people. So at the end of the day, they're gonna last minute thing. They'll work some long hours Thursday night. And he'd be ready for Friday morning.
And I always say, even if there are some problems with Zika maybe or problems with garbage in the water, you know what I say, that it balances out from those butts on the beaches of Rio. Like, you see those butts. It balances there's a balance in everything in life, I believe. And you know what? I'll take the highs and some of those lows.
Are you talking about those things of beauties? Yes, yeah. What can I say? I'm very certain, like I said, that whatever, like all the garbage on the beach, I'm sure there'll be none. Seriously, there'll be nothing. I mean, that place will be spotless when the entire world gathers in Rio to watch the games.
You're competing again this year. I know. I hear.
Yeah. I've heard that a few times, but it's clearly that these guys need glasses to see me and my fat self.
Oh, come on.
And old.
You look. How fast do you think you can run the 100 now today?
It's probably take me about half hour, man. I'm very certain that you'd give me a good run right now.
Oh yeah, not me at all. As long as I could hop in one of my vehicles, I think I'd be okay. Donovan Bailey hanging out with us. So what is your role this year? What you'll be commentating? You'll be a part of it on the media side.
Yeah. Well, since I retired, I've worked in media, so I'll be in Rio with the CBC sports team as an analyst, and I've worked with CBC and BBC since I retired, and certainly I'll also. It's the 20th anniversary of my race, so I'll certainly be doing some probably about a lot of appearances actually during the games. But my actual role in Rio is to be an analyst with those sports people.
That's so exciting. It must always feel good to know that even 20 years after such a big race and such a great result, that it's always recognized. I mean, it must feel very good. Does it not?
Well, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to participate in a sport that although it is we do for 365 days a year. Every single year, it's an actual sport that actually happens around the globe. It seems like it's celebrated more once every 4 years. So yes, I'm quite humbled and quite blessed to definitely be part of that, and also to be remembered and be reminded by Canadians that it's an iconic moment in their lives, and they can kind of regurgitate what it is that they did and where they were and all of that. So it definitely allows me to continue to be in the minds and households of every country and every household in this country.
So no, who are some of the favorites this year in the 100? Is it Usain Bolt? Come on, Todd.
Is it Usain?
But maybe there's an up and coming. Is there someone who can compete with him?
Well, there are. This is Usain hasn't. He has had some injuries this year, and also he hasn't competed a lot.
Okay.
But I still think that he should be favored. Justin Gatlin, just like last year at the World Championships, have been extremely consistent, extremely fast, and there are certainly probably 4 or 5 or 6 other athletes that can make it in there. There's always going to be the 3 Americans, so we always kind of reserve 3 lanes for them. There's 3 Jamaicans, including Usain, so we try to reserve a couple of lanes for them. So essentially, the world tries to compete for two lanes. So 8 guys in the finals. Andre de Grasse is phenomenal. Our Canadian kid here is done a great job. He hasn't ran. He's gone under sub 10. He's gone sub 10 once this year, but he hasn't lost a lot. And the race that he's lost, I know for a fact that he's been injured. So I think Andre is going to go and make some noise in Rio. And also one of the fortunate things for us, again in Canada, is that we've got 2 guys. So we've got Aaron Brown, and we've got Andre that I would hope both of them would make the finals. That'd be great, and to see. I want to see one of those guys, or both of them on the podium for sure.
Donovan, when you get to that final race, if our runners get to that final race, with the adrenaline, with the crowd going, with it probably being the most popular aspect of the Olympic Games, and you've been there. For some reason, can there be a higher gear that's kicked in just through all of that energy?
100%. I mean, 100%. I think that. As an individual athlete, no matter what, I think you get into a zone just to play the game, but you get into a zone when you play the game because it's just off the monotonous training and that kind of thing. During a Diamond League race, or when you watch tennis or golf, a regular competition is that it. You kind of get up and your athletic gifts are measured just because it's another day. When you go to the Olympic Games, first of all, it is one race where the entire world has stopped. The winner of the 100 meters is in the front of every single sports newspaper on the planet. So there's absolutely no other sport that even comes close. So yes, when you're at the Olympic Games in the finals, it is complete and it's a completely different zone. I mean, and that will put you into 5 other gears, I think. So yeah, it's a completely different world. I mean, I always tell people when they always say about their bucket list, I said, if you are a sports junkie, or even if you're just a regular dude or a woman, and you have these bucket lists of these events, you want to go to the finals of the Stanley Cup, and you want to go finals of the World Series and the Super Bowl and all that. I said, if you've not been to the finals of 100 meters at Olympic Games, you've been nowhere. So it's just a different place to be. I mean, where can you go and you can have 100,000 people in a stadium be extremely quiet, nothing. Right,
just waiting for that shot. Yeah, wow, what a feel. I mean, what a feeling. I remember talking to you last time, and you just saying it. That there's nothing quite like that. Is it true our Canadian athletes are training in Hamilton just to prepare for Rio? No,
in Hamilton.
They're just training in Hamilton.
Hamilton, Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah. You can drink the water in Hamilton. You can drink the water anywhere.
Yeah. We're just having fun.
I ain't going there, man.
No, we love Hamilton. We love Hamilton. It's very cheap rent. If I ever was out of a job, I could actually afford to live in there. Ouch. Wow! So what an exciting time! Now you're not only just obviously an analyst of the 100 meter of all the different sports. What else can we look forward to seeing you on CBC talking about and being in front of when these events happen?
You want to hopefully hopefully everything. I think that one, my expertise is in track and field.
Yeah.
So certainly you'll hear about that. But I'm looking forward to doing some stuff with Ron McLean, who is a great buddy and probably one of the best guys.
The best.
One of the best guys. He's such an awesome dude. So with him, we'll cover everything. I think that a lot of the topics I'll cover is just being a sports person, just being a sports ambassador, just the preparation of the games. I mean, the bars that's set for every single athlete that goes to the Olympic Games. So it's just being a part of the Olympic movement and seeing all the things, all the things that are happening there. And so I'm looking forward to just sharing my personal experience, as an athlete, but two, probably as a person growing up in the Olympic movement, but and seeing what else is out there. I'm very certain that we'll get out and go for a walk and we will talk about it. And Todd, I'd hate for you and I to go for a walk and we have to come back and talk about it on the radio. But in all fun, yeah.
Especially what we see in Brazil, right? Donovan Bailey. How many suits do you have to bring? Because you can't. Can you ever wear a suit that you wore on the first day of the games, on the last day of the games? Like, how does that work? Is that part of the stress?
You know what? No,
no, okay.
I don't think so. And you know what? I have to thank Melissa from Got Style.
Hey, great! She's our perfect. Thankful, yeah.
Isn't she awesome?
She is one of the coolest people I've ever met. 100%.
And she's made certain that I'm gonna look right. And she says right. I'm gonna look right every single day. And I've done a few appearances in Toronto, and she's dressed me for it. And it's always been like top shelf, man. So the answer is, I am going to look just right every single day, and Got Style. This is me, Got Style in Brazil.
That's a place to have some style.
Yeah.
Oh, man, so exciting. So when do you head down?
I was supposed to go down on Friday, but I think I'm going to go down on Saturday evening. I want to go down after the opening ceremonies.
Okay, well, just to let some of the hoopla die down a little bit. Like it's a lot, right? Is that why?
Yeah, it's extremely crowded. Yeah. It's extremely crowded, and I think that I start work I officially start work in track and field about a week. So what I'd like to do is go there, settle in, and see the kids training and kind of get to that. Do a couple of appearances and see exactly. I want to see the lay of the land. So I want to go down there probably 3 or 4 days early.
That's gonna be exciting. Jay, how did your hurdle training go? Did you? Okay.
Yeah, no, really good. I did my time was 4 hours, and I got what my doctor called impaled. Oh, yeah.
Is that running through the hurdles?
Yeah. I don't jump. I just went through.
Oh, that's nice.
Do we have some good hurdlers this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have always, actually, it's funny enough, from Perdita and Angela White, there's and Priscilla. There's always been Ken has always produced some incredible hurdlers, and this year Felicia George, and man, you're stumbling me now. But there's definitely a couple of good hurdlers this year, and but not only that, we'll talk about the entire team.
Okay.
The depth of the Canadian track team this year, the depth of the Canadian team period, but I can definitely tell you about the track and field team is probably deeper than it's ever been. Because going into the Olympics this year, not only do we have the three guys running the 100 meters, so we've got Andre, Aaron, and Akeem Haynes that will do phenomenally well, but Aaron and Andre is like the third Canadian in the 200 meters. So there's a guy named Brendan Rodney who looked very well at the Canadian trials, and hopefully he'll be ready and he can go sub 20 like he did in Edmonton, and do an incredible job. But along with them, all these guys are part of the relay pool, which simply means that our relay team is going to be excellent at the last weekend of the games. But you have Sean Barber, who is the reigning world champion in the men's pole vault.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and Canadian.
Yeah.
So going in as a reigning world champion, I mean, it'll be a tough competition, but he's going as a reigning world champion and easily can win. I mean, one mistake, from anybody, and he's a winner. You've got Derek Druin, reigning world champion in the men's high jump. Again, maybe not a household name, but you have to really, take stock and give these guys all the credit that they deserve. Damian Warner is probably one of the best decathletes in the world. He was second last year.
He's a great dude. I've met him before. He is such a nice guy.
Great.
He looks like a movie star too. Like he's real cool.
Yeah, good looking guy, real cool. Comes in the room like you'll never know. You've got Brienne, who is one of the best heptathletes in the world, ranked #1 going into Rio, and also quite beautiful.
What an exciting time. I didn't realize that. And I think, for I love my sports, but as a layman sort of sports fan, when it comes to a lot of it, we do focus more on the Olympics.
Right.
And then that sometimes triggers in our minds that, oh, these guys are household names after. But, when you're a world champion, you're ranked #1, like these, it is a shame that we don't focus our time on these sort of athletes and these different sports all year round.
Well, it is. It is. Unfortunately, we're in a country where there's underwater bowling and track and field. But when you have baseball, hockey, basketball, football. I mean that sometimes that takes a whole lot of the media gene pool. So it's not really advertised or as popular. But yeah, these are amazing kids, and I'm telling you,
so exciting. Ironically, in this sort of new faster world and kind of ADHD generation and stuff, like this is the stuff that's actually very watchable on a quick Twitter repeat and stuff. A 10-second race or a 45-second hurdle, that type of stuff. So it's funny. It's almost more shareable once we watch it. So that's what I would encourage everyone to do when you're watching the Olympics. Stand behind your Canadian athletes and share this stuff. Have some fun with this. Make 100%. Sure that you get behind your athletes, because it is a massive sense of pride. And right now, Canada and Donovan Bailey, I'm sure you've felt this, especially 20 years after your gold medal win, that we have never felt stronger as a unified, proud country than we are today.
Well, you know what? I think that, and this happened also when I raced Michael Johnson at the Sky Dome. We are an extremely patriotic country, and I think that it's very important for us to stand tall, be extremely proud,
yes,
and support the kids and support the people that are out there. I mean, every single hour of every single day that I'm in this country or wherever I am in the world, I get much love. Just from the things that I've done, and you know what? There's a lot of these kids that I'm their biggest fan, because I know I get to be the fat dude behind the mic now, and I can sit and talk to them, and not only that, I'm also a source of knowledge and wisdom for them. So I like the idea of where it is that I am, where I can offer these kids something, but more importantly, to let them know that there's some incredible Canadian fans out there that are always going to support them as long as they go out and they try their hardest.
It's a beautiful place to be. When you're giving back, you accept the role as a mentor, and you know that people have the respect of you as that mentor for what you've accomplished. Donovan Bailey, I love that we hang out away from this at times. I love that you pop on and you give us your time. I won't say names or anything, but in this day and age, there's some greats that always make their time, and then there's some greats who don't. And I always find that a shame because of guys like you who do. You set the bar so high, and a lot of people can learn from that. You're a world champion, and you're a world champion guy. And thank you so much for coming on the program. Have fun in Rio, man. Hopefully we can text or stay in touch somehow. Maybe do a quick phoner one day. I'm really excited for your venture out there and you representing all of Canada.
For sure, man. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to Rio again. Cheer on these kids and cheer in their endeavors to in the goals that they have to pursue. I'll be there, and I know that you'll be watching.
I'll be watching.
We'll definitely stay in touch, man. For
Great.
sure. Yeah.
What's your Twitter handle? So is it just at Donovan?
At Donovan Bailey.
Okay, make sure you go and follow Donovan today, and follow him during the entire Olympic run. And I'll be working with Ron McLean. It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be so good.
Thank you again. I really appreciate you coming down today.
Not a problem. Anytime, Todd.
The Todd Shapiro Show. Turn up your speakers, especially if you're over 65. SiriusXM 168, Canada Laughs.